Well, one of our favorite holiday events in and around Cincinnati, here at Cincinnati People, and really everywhere, is Light Up the Square. And there's some changes this year. Christy Samad is here from 3CDC. She's the Vice President of Event Management. And Christy, for those who haven't been to Light Up the Square, tell us all about it and what we've missed so far.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've been missing a lot if you haven't been to this event. I mean, this is when, all of Cincinnatians come together and we light up the beautiful holiday tree that's on Fountain Square. And so it's, the day after Thanksgiving. So it's right in time. We're celebrating Thanksgiving, then it's Black Friday, and we light it up. And that's when really the hit of all of the holiday things that happen downtown. But, coming down to the square on this night, you're among 25,000 other people to see the community, the holiday tree light up. So it's pretty awesome.
Speaking of that tree, so Light Up the Square has a new sponsor this year, ProLink Staffing, and as a result, also a new star. So tell us all about that.
Yeah. And I said, we've had the same star for 16 years.
Yeah.
And which was beautiful. But this year we're really switching it up. And not to mention that the tree, I would say for the majority of the 16 years, we've always had a Norway spruce, and we have a concolor fir this year. It is beautiful. It is cool. For all of those haters for 2020, it definitely sets the tree to shame. But the star alone, it's going to be a beautiful addition to the tree. And also, that light up, it will be the first time that it's lit, that everyone will see it. And so even more worthwhile to come down to see it. But it was made by a local fabricator, and it's a 14-point star, three-dimensional, and it will play with the lights of the tree as well.
Oh, that'll be fun to see. So again, you mentioned this has been going on for literal generations. So let's talk about what's going to be new this year for folks who come down.
Yeah, well, and so the program is always different, and so don't want to spill too many beans. But there's always appearance by Santa. You never know how he's going to arrive.
Sure.
And so our great partners Q102 and Channel 5 are on this, like they have always been. And so there will be a live broadcast. If you can't come on site from 7 to 7:30 on Channel 5, you can catch it live, which is great, especially if you can't make it down, if it's too cold, which weather should never prohibit that. But we'll have vendors on Fifth Street, we'll have entertainment, and the actual production and the lighting of the tree happens between that 7 and 7:30, but the event's from 6 to 9. So it's a longer time to come down. And there's so much other things going on downtown. So you don't have to just come to the square from 6 to 9. This year, I hear that down by the banks, they're doing the Chris Kindle Market, and they're launching at 4 that day. So if you go to that event at 4, come up to the square, and then the Shiloh Elves are coming back right across the street. So you can put that as part of your itinerary for the entire event.
You've mentioned a lot of the reasons why, but why do you think that this has become the tradition that it has for the holidays in Cincinnati?
There's something to be said to celebrate with community. And I feel like that's what Fountain Square is. It's this melting pot. It's, when people want to celebrate, when they want to be with people, they come to Fountain Square. When the Reds clinched, when the Bengals were in the Super Bowl, it was freezing and cold, but there was a huge crowd that comes to the square. And so I just really feel like it is that sense of community. You're with all of your neighbors. It's, epitome of the holidays to see that ginormous tree lit up with the ice rink as a background, and just all of the holiday things going around.
Speaking of that ice rink, like Light Up the Square is the beginning or the official kickoff, if you will, but the ice rink is up. There are reservations available. And so for those folks who don't want to wait in line, that's perfect, right?
Yeah, and so you can secure your spot. I think, silver lining, that was one thing with COVID where we didn't do reservations prior, but with capacity and social distancing, we did that. And now we've kept it because as a family and with young kids, what the last thing that you want to do is wait in line when it's 30 degrees outside and snowing. And so we've made sessions, and there's still availability for ProLink Light Up. And so you can go on myfountainsquare.com to make your reservation. But also it's open now. We've been open since the last week of October. Yes, in 75-degree weather. A little slushy, but
I was going to say that creates its own set of problems, but hey, that's enjoying the season no matter the weather outside.
Yes, exactly.
Well, is there anywhere we can go for more information if people want to know more?
Yep, it's all on Fountain Square's website, so myfountainsquare.com, and it'll give you the whole rundown. Also, we're on Facebook, and so the event is created there, and so you'll get all of the live updates from that as well.
Perfect. Mark those calendars for the day after Thanksgiving. Christy Samad from 3CDC, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.